Hey everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. It's the first live stream of 2020. Aren't you excited? All right, I wanted today to talk about 2020 goals, which we'll get into, but this, of course, live stream is always for you guys. This is your time to kind of do a Q&A with me on anything and everything reselling and any other off-the-wall question you may have. And so, first off, I just want to do a big thank you to those of you who faithfully watch my channel. It was an awesome 2019. It definitely was really exciting to see how many subscribers and how many of you were interested in reselling. And it made me recognize, okay, I'm doing the right thing. This is what you guys want to see. Also, a huge, huge shout out to all of my patrons who faithfully support me every month so that I can put out content every single day. So I hope you've been enjoying all of the content on a daily basis. And it's because of the patron support that I'm able to do that on a regular basis. And so I don't have to be as stressed out about other things in the reseller business because of your support. So a big, huge thank you to you guys. I'm looking into doing some fun things just for my patrons only this year. Maybe like a one-on-one group chat with everybody, things like that. And so if you're interested in becoming a patron, go ahead and check into that. So
your hair.
Oh, is my hair in the way of the microphone?
I think so.
All right. And so if you're online, go ahead and say hello and ask any question that you would like. I also want to let you know that I do give out consultation calls. If you want one-on-one undivided attention for whatever increment of time you choose, it's on hookedonpickin.com. We got some people online now?
Yeah, Sass Girl says, hey.
Awesome.
Whitley's Ware says, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Sass Girl says, love you guys.
Awesome.
And I think we're caught up right now.
All right. There have been a lot of you that I've talked to on consultation calls that have said, I feel like I already know you, probably because you watch me every day. And so that's super encouraging to me, and I'm really glad about that you feel like you know Paul and I. And that's kind of the goal. We're just normal people wanting to help other normal resellers. You know, the reseller market is enormous. I'm hoping to be able to look into what are some of the changes that are going to be happening in 2020. And so why don't I just get into some of the goals that I plan on shooting for just personally myself, and then also kind of give you some ideas for goals for yourself if you're just starting in the reseller business, or maybe just a couple years into the reseller business. What can you shoot for so you don't get discouraged and want to quit? Because when you're working for yourself, when you're working from your own home, or maybe just you and your spouse are working, it's really easy to get discouraged and want to give up. Believe me, ask my husband. I wanted to do it multiple times, and he talked me off the ledge, and I'm so thankful that that occurred, because I have never been happier this year in 2019 being able to run this business and have it explode into what it is now. And so some of the things that I'm personally shooting, we got some people online?
Yep. Rick says, hello from Tennessee.
Awesome.
Normie Norm says, hey guys, Happy New Year.
Awesome. Happy New Year, Normie Norm. All right, so one of the things that I want to do is just for you guys, I want to get to 50,000 subscribers. We're over 45,000, and I was shocked that we got there from where we started this year, because I think we were on 20 or something. Yeah. So we gained a lot of subscribers, and that's due to word of mouth from you guys, and I just wanted to say a big thank you for that. I want to write an ebook on reselling. I've never written an ebook. I don't know exactly how to go about it, but I definitely want to put an ebook out there just so that you can have in your hands something accessible to help you in the reseller world, so that you don't have to kind of muddle through a lot of the steps of beginning your reseller business, or even continuing your reseller business. So there'll be various different topics that I'd like to cover. I may do multiple ebooks, but that's kind of a goal of mine, to at least do one ebook this year. With my busy schedule, it's difficult, but I've got a couple of friends that are willing to edit it for me and things like that. So I'm looking forward to possibly doing that.
Some lady by the name of Janet Hook says, love watching you kids.
Aw, it's my mother-in-law. She's amazing.
My mom.
Everybody say hi to Janet.
Best mom in the world.
Best.
Janet Hooks.
Best. All right. So after an ebook, I think I would like to utilize my Hooked on Pickin website. It's a website I just started this last year, and you guys have bought a ton of stuff off Hooked on Pickin. I definitely want to streamline it a little better and get my search engine better on the website. But you guys have bought a bunch of stuff, and I make the most money when I sell off of Hooked on Pickin simply because I'm not paying all of those platform fees like you do for eBay and Amazon and things like that. Now, customer acquisition is a little bit more difficult, but it's definitely a higher profit margin. So I want to be able to offer that to you guys, a lot more items on there. And so I'm going to be able to be putting a lot more inventory on Hooked on Pickin this year for sure than I have in the past.
Got a question. Sass Girl says, do you get many returns and what happens when you do? She also says, hey, Janet.
Awesome. Yes, I do get a lot of returns. This is return season right now. And so don't be discouraged if you start getting a lot of stuff back. The first thing I do is open the box and inspect the item. There are various different reasons people return. There's going to be damage, the item doesn't fit, or buyer's remorse. And believe me, buyer's remorse and the item doesn't fit, it fits in that category more than you think. It's I'd say 50% of my items come back actually broken, and so there's no way that I can resell them, but about half of them come back and I am able to resell them because it's just simply the item didn't fit or they just didn't want it and they marked it damaged. So a lot of people do that on Amazon. They'll mark an item damaged so they can free shipping it back to the warehouse when the item, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And so just be aware of that. Inspect all of your items. Do not resell something that is damaged. Make sure you take the time to do the work to make sure whatever you're reselling is going to be great. And also it may be the box condition wasn't in good shape, so you may want to flip to a different platform. If you were selling it on Amazon, maybe flip to an eBay or your own personal website to be able to sell those things as well. So hopefully that answers your question.
I Margaret Hall says, Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year.
Isaac has a question.
Sure.
He says, looks like you guys buy a lot of pallets. What percentage do you think is just junk and not sellable? Meaning whole pallets, not certain items. Like 1 in 10 pallets suck.
Oh, I'd say that's probably a pretty good guesstimation. 1 out of every 10. We've gotten pretty good. We understand our liquidators pretty well. When we jump into a new liquidator, sometimes it's a little bit of a roll the dice situation because we don't know exactly what we're getting. And so we just learn. Like we just recently utilized a local liquidator, and he's got a lot better stuff. He's new into buying wholesale as well, and so not wholesale, but liquidation as well. And so we're actually going to probably in the next couple weeks buy some new pallets from a new load he got that looks so much better. So we're really excited about that. So anytime I jump into a new liquidator, I'd say 1 out of every 5 is not a good buy just because I don't know what I'm doing yet when it comes to that particular liquidator. Every liquidator kind of has its own lingo, its own standards, but once you get to know the liquidator and you understand it, and I would suggest going online, going to YouTube, follow people that buy from that particular liquidator, and that will help you understand, if it's listed as salvage, if it's listed as like new, if it's listed as shelf pulls, what does that actually really look like? And so I would say right now in our business, we're probably 1 out of every 10 is a terrible pallet we don't make money on. I'd say 9 out of 10 we usually make money on. Mm-hmm. So.
Isaac, I would say there's a sweet spot to every liquidator, like Heather was saying. Mm-hmm. You're really ratcheting up, rolling the dice depending on the category.
Yeah.
If it's salvaged, be wary.
Be aware that it's going to be salvaged and maybe more trash-like.
Right.
With some liquidators, but then some liquidators salvage is a little bit more like customer returns. So you kind of have to understand each liquidator and just do your research.
Kurt and Lori Johnson said, Happy New Year. I'm starting my resale business this month. I'm 59 and
awesome.
Finally working for myself. I'm happier than ever, in large part due to your videos and advice. Many thanks.
Awesome. And then, like I said, if you want one-on-one information where I can exclusively give you info, I do offer those consults. $35 for half an hour, $60 for a full hour. And I talk fast. You're going to get a lot of info. And anybody who's had a consultation can tell you it's definitely worth the cash. So you can buy those at hookedonpickin.com.
Helen Gonzalez says hi from Arizona.
Hi, Helen.
Isaac says thanks for answering his question. Rick says, I have heard you speak highly about Bulq. How do you know that a pallet from them is not let's see. How do you know that a pallet from them is not going to be profitable? Question mark.
Well, I think with Bulq, I have kind of learned what I like to buy from them based on the platforms I like to sell on. You know, you've seen me open ones with clothing. A lot of the reason why I buy those is because I have a big following on Poshmark. If you're not a Poshmark seller, that pallet is not going to be a good buy for you, because if you try to flip those types of items on eBay, it's not going to work as well and as quickly for you as far as making your money back. And so just understanding the liquidator and understanding which category you like to buy in. So occasionally I jump into new categories with them, you know, like general merchandise. I have bought a few salvage pallets from them, things like that. And I don't have to pay as much money, but it's not really my scene. And so you have to kind of gauge each liquidator based on the platforms you sell on and what you're into. There's a lot of people out there that are eBay only sellers, and some of those salvage pallets and scratch and dent pallets are perfect for you guys. I don't usually primarily focus on eBay. I focus a little bit more on Amazon and other platforms. And so I still do sell a lot on eBay, but not near as much as some other sellers. So you kind of have to gauge what are you going to buy from Bulq.com based on where do you usually sell everything.
Yeah, Rick, we see even on Bulq that they'll sell pallets of computers. We don't touch them because we don't know what we're looking at.
I don't know what I'm doing.
If you do, you might be able to make a good amount of money.
Yeah.
But it's just not where we're at. Janet Hooks says, how many items are damaged in delivery?
I have definitely gotten pallets that have been damaged. I ran into one pallet that had furniture items on it that was extremely damaged, and I think because of the weight. And so being able to understand that will help you. And so I think also a lot of the pallets from Bulq, they do pretty good because, you know, they usually show you what they look like inside, and they pack them very, very full. I have gotten a few boxes that were packed about halfway full early on when I used to order, and I actually called and contacted the company and I said, can you please just put padding in there, put more product in there? I don't care what you got to do, just fill it up more, because the stuff broke everywhere because of the looseness of everything inside the box. And so since that moment, they have definitely taken into consideration some of the customer advice that they've gotten and feedback they've gotten, and they fill their cases usually to the brim and their pallets to the brim. As far as in transit, you're always going to risk that because it's being moved from truck to truck to truck, and depending on how many transitions that pallet has to make, it does make a difference. But I would say Bulq usually packages theirs pretty well.
Let's see. Pick and Flip with RC says hi.
Hi, Pick and Flip.
Helen Gonzalez says, I do better locally on Let Go and Offer Up.
Awesome.
She says, eBay has just cost me lots of money in fees.
Yeah, they definitely went up in fees this year for sure.
We have a lot more people that have hopped on. Do you want to go over your goals for?
Yeah, so I was talking about my 2020 goals personally for my business, and then you can also transfer these into what you might do for your own. But I want to definitely get to 50,000 subscribers on this channel. We're over 45,000. We made a huge jump this year, and I'm super excited. I think the big reason was I started putting out a video a day, and I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed that. You guys have definitely been great for feedback on what kinds of videos you like. I would like to write an ebook on reselling to help the beginner reseller, and then also those who are already reselling to help streamline their business and make things a lot more functional for them. I want to utilize on Pickin, my personal website, much more, so that I don't have to pay as many fees for other platforms, and then offer those items to you guys kind of as a first come first serve, because you'll see it first here. I want to inventory better. There's a lot of things on my shelf even right now that I'm like, I'm not sure I even have that listed, and so I want to have a regular inventory scheduled in my like a once a month thing. Let's go through and make sure that everything on the shelf is actually listed, and is it like a compatible price, you know, to make sure that it's going to be selling. And so I may have things on my shelf that I've just got listed way too high because I haven't researched it recently. Yes.
Monty, is a great question. During a long week of slow sales, what do you do to amp things up?
Well, I definitely always have a to-do list, like what am I going to get to when I don't have so many pallets to unbox kind of thing. Like that's actually been this week for me, because I've got some stuff coming in today that I'll be unboxing, but I didn't have a whole warehouse full of stuff that I needed to do. And so so this week I have been doing some household projects, but then also you know, kind of jumping into a list of things that I want to get done that I never quite get to when you're in the busy season. So always have kind of a almost a honey-do list for yourself that you can get to on your slow weeks, because then you feel like you're still working the business.
Do you want to tell Monty about what we do every Saturday on Poshmark?
Yes. So every Saturday on Poshmark, when we have slow sales, this is directly related to your slow sales aspect of your question. We do a full discount of our entire closet. And we usually start from our oldest items. We find out, do we want to even leave them on our store? Because usually when they get down to about $5, they're not even really worth it to sell or package. And so sometimes we'll unlist some items that we don't want there, put them in a bag and donate them. And then we just systematically go through each item and send offers and discounts. Anytime you discount an item, it shoots it out to the person who has liked or hearted the item. And so it goes out to multiple people who have had interest in that item before and tells them, hey, this item is now $1.50 cheaper, $3 cheaper, $5 cheaper, depending on what we decide to discount it. And that will usually pick up our sales on Saturdays and Sundays a lot. And so that's something that we do once a week on our Poshmark site. And then I usually periodically about once a month go through and I make price adjustments on Hooked on Pickin as well.
We do the same thing on Amazon also. You have to check that, because sometimes you lose that buy box if you know Amazon well, and you have to adjust your prices.
Yeah, on Amazon, there's a really good tool on the app, pricing opportunities. You go to the low price section and you can make adjustments there, and it shows you what you've lost the buy box for.
Pick and Flip with RC says hello from Fort H. Awesome. Rick Abson says, did you have to get ungated to sell food on Amazon? If so, what did you have to do?
To be honest, we were actually grandfathered in. Was it?
Oh, we got ungated.
Oh, we got ungated. So we just had to fill out the paperwork that they sent in. Yeah.
Well, let's see. That was one of those times that we just requested and we got it.
We got approved. I think it's a lot more strict now. I think you have to actually like submit paperwork. I think we got in kind of on the ground floor on it.
We'd been selling for a while.
We've been selling for a long time when we got that. And so a good seller history will help you get ungated on a lot of categories. And so it may be that you just have to have a good, you know, year or year and a half of reselling to be able to be ungated in some of these categories. Amazon is looking for a good third-party seller in order to give you access to some of those categories.
But Rick, we did not submit anything special.
Yeah.
We just asked and it got granted to us. Let's see, Kurt and Lori Johnson, where's the best place to get shipping supplies?
I have a local guy that I get shipping supplies from, but a lot of my boxes, to be honest, I get from Walmart.com. So they have, if you want to scan over, they have these medium-sized boxes, and then I've got small ones, and then large ones over there, and then some like regular cardboard ones. And I just went on to Walmart.com. You can get these boxes for usually less than $2 a piece. I think the largest one is like $1.92 or whatever. And so I buy big packs of them. As far as bubble wrap and stuff like that, I usually get it from my local provider. I buy my poly bags off of eBay and Amazon, whatever is the cheapest website. Same thing with my Dymo label writers, things like that. And so I have specific third-party sellers that I buy from because they always have a really good price and they have fast shipping. And so online is a good amount of the supplies that I get.
Pick and Flip donated $2.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Look, I got my coffee. So this is one of my new coffee cups. It's from our coffee house in town, Press Coffee and Tea. It's right next to the local newspaper. So it's called Press Coffee and Tea. I thought that was clever.
Very clever.
Yes.
Texas Tigers Design says, hi, I just got here, didn't get the notification. Will you be saving this live video so anyone can view it later?
Yes. I always leave my live videos on there so that anybody can view it later. Yes.
And Curtis says, wish I could stay to watch, but I will return and watch the entire video later. You look glowingly pretty today.
Aw, thanks.
She always looks glowingly pretty. Ashley says, hi, Happy New Year.
Awesome. Hi, Ashley.
Texas Tiger says hello from Weatherford, Texas.
Awesome.
Letta Pena says, hi, Heather. Happy 2020.
Awesome.
I purchased the consultation mid-2019 from you, and I finally will start my business this January. Thank you. Thank you for your knowledge. I love watching you and your hubby.
Awesome.
Love Treasure 70, or excuse me, Love. Sorry, Lost Treasure 73. Love Treasure would be awesome too, but Lost Treasure 73 says, yay, caught you live.
Awesome.
Renee says, hello from New Jersey. New Jersey. I love watching your videos. Where do you store everything?
In this space. Do you want to do a scan? That's where I store everything.
There you go.
There you go.
Look at the beautiful
stacks of stuff. So I actually used to work out of my house in 200 square feet. This little tiny corner of my house that got taken over and started expanding into the kids zone. And so I finally had to decide, we got to do something different. And definitely having an exclusive space made me much more productive. I'm not distracted by the TV, the laundry, the dishes, all of those things that are distracting in your house. And so if you do work out of your house, I would definitely recommend giving yourself a time schedule. So when you sit down to say, I'm going to work for 60 minutes straight, no breaks. Now, if you have to use the restroom, go use the restroom. But, 60 minutes straight, I'm not going to do any housework, anything like that. And so that will help you keep yourself much more dedicated. And that's what I had to do when I worked over there. Here, it's not as hard to do that because I'm in my workspace. I'm not distracted by all those other things. And so that would be my recommendation if you are working out of your home. But, just do your best. There's a lot of people that actually rent storage units for things like this as well. Yes.
Lost Treasure 73 says, I am listing phone cases. Thanks for offering them. I already sold 2 of them.
Awesome. For the reseller boxes, I know those blew out so fast. I'm sorry that I don't have any more available. But I'm going to start offering those kinds of things because, as you've heard, I'm not a huge eBay seller, so if I think it's eBay worthy, I definitely want to offer it to you guys and just move the product on so that you guys can have the ability to resell it as well.
Yeah, I think we have 50 items on eBay. We know people that they'll talk to us. They've got over 1,000 items on eBay. Some have 2 different stores.
Yeah,
so it's crazy.
Crazy.
Let's see. Aline Robinson says, hi from Perth, Australia.
Awesome. Hi.
Monty says, on Poshmark, how profitable are undergarments for you? I'm thinking about adding lower priced items just to get things rolling. I find that sharing and following gets redundant. Yes, sharing and following does get redundant.
It does get redundant, but it's the way to move stuff on Posh. I would definitely say we have done a lot of undergarments because we bought a whole pallet of kind of intimates from Target. Those I would definitely consider as low end. And so those we sold the majority of them for around $5 to $8 a piece, which means we were making anywhere from $1 to $4 on each one of those items. And the thing about that was the reason why we did okay on them was there were a lot of multiples. And so we would have one sports bra, but we would have 6 or 7 of them in various different sizes. So really you're only making one listing and then putting in all the variations. And so if you can find a lot of clothes that are like that, where you're not having to do each individual item, but you're doing multiples, that's where it starts to kind of come in handy because you're not putting as much work into it. And so if you're going to do some low-end kind of intimates, that would be where I would suggest that you kind of start. So.
Let's see, Mary says, are you still thinking about the new building?
Oh, the one that we want to buy? Yeah. It's currently not for sale, but it's definitely something that's going to be on our radar. We're going to be looking for locations near us to possibly expand out into. We're looking into the possibility of hiring an employee to do some of the just busy work that is time consuming, such as packaging, some retail picking, things like that, that we still like to do, but it is very time consuming. And so we're looking into doing that. And so as we start to build the business in that way, we'll definitely be on the lookout.
All right. Mary, if that building comes up for sale, we're definitely going to tour it, and we'll definitely probably film that tour.
We'll probably film it, yeah.
I still think that would help us in a great way one day.
Yeah.
Let's see. Taylor's Place says, Happy New Year. This may have been asked, but how many pallets did you purchase in 2019?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's a phenomenal question. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that right now.
Well, we usually purchased, I would say, 2 to 3 pallets a week.
Yeah, but we purchased 28. Well, no, what did we do? 12
we did
when we
12
went
that
down
one
to Tennessee
time.
at that time.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal question.
We probably purchased over, I know we purchased over 100 pallets.
Yeah, it's usually I'm buying at least 2 a week.
Yeah, so I would say over 100, probably closer to the 150 mark, because there were times that we really had this place packed out with pallets. So I would say somewhere between 100 and 150 pallets, and then the cases are kind of on top of that. So
But
also,
no, I did not keep track of that number.
Yeah, also, another question I do have for you guys is, did you enjoy the video I put out about the review of the reseller box that I bought with the 5 clothing items? I'm looking into purchasing some more of those, and I've even had suggestions from you guys finding ones on eBay that you would like me to open. And so continue to give me those suggestions, because I'd like to order some more reseller boxes. Are they really worth it or not? The last one I opened, I think, was profitable just because I offered a lower price.
Lost Treasure 73, she says she has 5,900 items on eBay.
Oh,
holy cow, Lost Treasure. I have never seen that number that high.
Lost Treasure, go ahead and throw your eBay link in the chat.
Yeah.
I want to check it out. So throw your eBay link in the live chat, because I want to check it out
and
see
what
what
awesome. You're killing it, lady.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Dog Point Movies says, Happy New Year, best wishes for the new year from the Netherlands. Carol's College sends you a smiley face.
Awesome.
Lost Treasure 73 donated $3.
Awesome. Thank you guys for the donates. I got $2 and $3, and I got my coffee.
Hey, if you like the content, hit that thumbs up button if you would. So I think we're up to 24 thumbs up buttons.
Yeah, and if you can't find the thumbs up button on the mobile device, just close your chat window. It'll be right there, and then you can reopen the chat window.
Renee says, I love that you both work so well together. I have learned so much from you. God bless you.
Awesome.
Very kind. Dudette Supreme says, what is the best way to liquidate most of my inventory in a bulk lot? I need a brain reset, and clearing the clutter seems the best way to go for me right now. Help.
I would recommend, if you can, if it's all resellable items, go ahead and you could probably sell a reseller box, but just price it low enough for people to actually make money. Don't rip people off. Or flea market, garage sale. That's a good way.
Garage sales really help us.
We liquidate a lot with a garage sale. We pretty much just price everything $1. I mean, unless it's like a brand new shop vac or something like that. That's a larger item that I would have sold on Facebook Marketplace or let go or offer up. So I would recommend garage sale over anything if you can get away with it.
Yeah. For us right now, it's not garage sale season, but it will come around here before you know it. Let's see. Savillana Murphy says, hi, God is great. First time catching you live.
Awesome.
Texas Tigress Design says, we are about to up our selling this year. We will be getting a space sometime in the next 3 months.
Awesome.
I will be going from 3 storage units to a single location. Any advice on storage and organization?
I am not the most organized in the world, but
what?
I know. But labels are going to be your friend. So there are lots of times, especially with items that look very similar, like I'm selling a bunch of really nice winter puffer coats. Well, some of them are ankle length, some of them are mid length. And so labeling those with your Dymo label writer, and then also just I like personally having open shelving and clear totes, so you can see what's in there and changing your labeling whenever you have a vacancy. Anything that closes is really nice, because then it looks cleaner, but you need to be able to have access to it. Like you've seen my wall of Poshmark where I've got labels on everything, and I usually organize all of my Poshmark by color. Some people do it by size. You can do it by color and size if you have the space. I don't have that much space, nor do I have that many items on Poshmark. I'm around the 300 mark. And so personally, I would say shelving, open shelving, clear totes, and labels. That would be my suggestion to you guys.
Not sure how to pronounce this. Sleaze-tax rule. What do you do with empty pallets?
Oh, I give them away. I used to sell them for $5 a piece and ended up with a stack of like 25 of them, got tired of them. I burned some of them because we do big bonfires from time to time with our kids. We live in the country. And so, but I usually have a listing that stays on Facebook offering free pallet pickup. And so I usually just get rid of them that way because I know a lot of crafters use them, a lot of people that, do kind of wood building, things like that. And so that's what I do.
Taylor's Place says, wow, good job if you have it all listed. Probably talking to
Lost Treasure.
Lost Treasure. TT Lazario says, Happy New Year.
Awesome.
Wallace says, I just saw the one where you got your award. Congrats on winning. Are you getting that award?
Oh, yeah. Well, they sent it to me.
Yeah.
So
it's sitting over there.
It's sitting on my shelf. So
on the shelf. Ron says, on average, how long will it take you to turn around a typical pallet?
I usually flip a pallet in about 2 days. Get it all listed, shipped out, put on the shelves, all of those kind of things. 2 days.
K&L Resell says, what is your average turnaround time for most goods? For instance, how fast are the 2 pallets a week turned around? That's the kind of same question.
Yeah, kind of the same question.
Yeah, so 2 days. So 2 pallets for 4 days.
And I usually sell almost all the pallets usually in about 3 months. Sometimes it takes as long as 6 months to sell the actual items, but generally within 3 months, most of those items are sold.
Yeah, once we ship it out, it won't go live on Amazon
for
if we ship to Amazon.
7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days, it's for sure there. 7, it starts to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Thompson Jennings says, what's your favorite wholesale company? Happy New Year.
I would have to say Bulq is my favorite as far as condition, just because I understand their categories and their pricing. They have gone a little bit more expensive as of late, and I think they're going to try to do some changes with shipping in the future to make it a little bit more affordable maybe. And so they're my favorite so far just based on condition and because I understand them the best. I'm really excited about a couple of new ones that I'm looking into. And so I've got a new pallet company that I'll be reviewing here in the next couple weeks called Smart Lots. And so I'm very interested to see, how well I do on those products as well.
We like Via Trading a lot
Via
too.
Trading is a good one.
We find more.
Well, that's where all the cell phone cases came from.
Yeah, more treasures get found from Via Trading, I feel. Let's see, Diane says, enjoy watching you both, amazing couple. Joanne Johnson says, can you recommend a good app for resellers to manage inventory?
I use, it's not an app, but I use Inventory Lab. It's a website that I track all the stuff I send into Amazon. As far as other tools, we used to Excel spreadsheet a lot of items. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a super organized inventory system.
Not for eBay, because we just don't have as much. It's easier to do it on Excel.
Right.
So, but Inventory Lab is great for Amazon. Let's see. Texas Tiger says, thank you for your advice. Sabrina says, for my clothing inventory, I use the number bin system. Bins get a letter. Each item gets a number. For example, if I sell an item numbered B23, I go to bin B, then grab the bag number 23.
Ooh.
Sabrina, you are amazing.
You need to come organize my space, Sabrina.
Yes, you do. Robert says, any tips on how to pick out a good pallet?
Research. My suggestion would be starting with pallets that are fully manifested. Bulq.com does fully manifested. Via Trading does partially manifested. I believe Honcho Wholesale does some partially manifested and fully manifested lots. And so research, but don't spend too much time on research because you can actually get the pallet or the case bought out from underneath you. So utilizing eBay, Amazon, and cut and copying those UPC and titles into there to find out, okay, this item is going to be worth this after fees. That would be my suggestion to you.
Phyllis Brown says, at work right now, but I'll be sure to enjoy this later and know I will learn lots. Thanks for everything, dear folks.
Awesome.
Happy New Year. Wallace says, Happy New Year to everyone.
Awesome.
Jean says, hi to you both. Love your channel. Happy New Year. Love from Dublin, Ireland.
Awesome.
That sounds beautiful. Just sounds beautiful. Ron says, do you ever get stuck with a pallet that you break even or worse?
Yes.
Yes, Ron.
Yes,
we
have.
Do. It's a sad day. We cry many a tear.
Yep.
Wallace says, I tried to find out if there was a place like Bulq.com but in Florida, but I cannot find one like that. He says, help.
Well, Bulq.com does flat rate shipping no matter where you live right now. So you might want to just order from them.
Yeah. Monty says, who purchases from you more, men or women? And what was your biggest selling item in 2019 for you?
Biggest selling item.
Well, when it comes to on Poshmark, we have far more women buy than
because
men.
of the clothing. Just simply because we have more women's clothing. Although we do sell men's dress shoes really, really well. We never
men's dress
ever
shoes
keep
sell
them in stock.
fast for us for whatever reason they do.
Yep. We also usually have like ginormous sizes. Like we end up with size 13s in men's shoes and things like that.
Biggest selling item. What's the biggest selling item? I'm trying to think. Money-wise, I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think too.
I think we had, what was that? That time clock thing?
Yeah, we sold, I don't
that?
know if I sold it this year or if it was last year.
It might have been in this year. It might have been early this year.
So we found this old, it was like a new old stock. So it was a time clock that's one that was made a while ago, and we found it from our local buddy, Cars Recycling, that just started to get into pallets himself. And so we found it on his shelf, ended up buying it for around $50, I think. And I think we sold it for around $700-800.
Yeah. That was a fast one too.
It was a fast
one. Surprisingly fast how that sold. Wish he had 100 of them, but he doesn't.
I think I sold also a $500 coffee maker this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the biggest item that we found was a thermal imaging camera. We found that. That's listed for over $4,000. So if you're looking for a thermal imaging camera, it's on Amazon for over $4,000. Let's see, Elizabeth Brown. Hello, I am new to this.
Awesome.
Hello, Elizabeth. Joanna Johnson says, oops, left out that I resell across several formats. Yikes. That's smart.
Smart. Yes, a lot of people try to get into reselling, and they try to be like a one-trick pony. That does not work in reselling, okay? If you're going to buy liquidation or even retail arbitrage, you have got to have multiple platforms to sell things on. And that's one thing that a lot of people fuss at me about. There's no way you can make money on that. Well, they may be an eBay-only seller. Yeah, you're not going to make as much on eBay because some of those things can go to Amazon and you can sell them for literally twice the amount of money. But if you're only an Amazon seller, you could have 75% of that pallet you can't sell because you're unwilling to put it on Poshmark or eBay or your own website, things like that. So you have got to diversify and sell a lot. And I would say Amazon is my go-to, but it's not where I keep the majority of my products. I probably sell more product on Poshmark right now than I even do on Amazon.
Robert Epsy says, thank you. Fuzzy Tiger Cat says, what is the cheapest pallet you bought?
Cheapest pallet.
Cheapest pallet we bought was like,
it's like a
305.
Didn't we buy one for like 90 something and then add shipping and it was like around the 300
I think with
mark?
the tax it was like 305.
Yeah.
So
for pallets, yeah.
That's because usually pallets are at least $200 to ship. Usually.
Yeah. So our
like
normal standard average for a pallet cost is around the $500 to $600 range.
Yeah.
So if you're going to buy a pallet, that's generally what I pay for them. I mean, I have paid $1,600 for a pallet because of what was in it, and then I have paid $300 for a pallet.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see here. Eileen says, do you have any candy boxes left? And Happy New Year.
Yes, I have a few candy boxes. I've discounted them a little bit, so they're available on eBay and by $5. Yeah, I discounted them by $5.
I think there's 5 left. That's what I meant.
Oh, 5 left. Sorry, I did discount them by $5. I think though.
Yeah.
So check them out. They're on hookedonpickin.com, and I do have some listed on eBay.
Please buy them all.
Please buy them all.
Margaret Hall says, Wallace, I live near Jacksonville, Florida, and found a few liquidators there.
Awesome.
Thank you, Margaret. K&L Resell says, I'm a former property manager, and I'm thinking of selling tools, hardware, home goods to my former vendors. How well do these types of items move?
I think tools sell really well if you can find them in good condition. That's the hardest part about tools. And then hardware, household items. Household items depends on the quality of the household item. So if you have a really expensive coffee maker, yes, you're going to be able to sell that. But if you have like the Black & Decker one, it's probably not going to sell for as much.
Yep. K&L Resell, if you're anywhere close to Via Trading, they're in the Los Angeles area. they have whole pallets. You can go and pick them up
Yep.
and kind of inspect them a little bit that way.
Of the tools.
Of the tool pallets, yes.
We wanted a tool pallet, but it was actually too expensive to ship because they do everything by calculated
It would just
shipping.
totally eat the profit away. But if you live close, man, it could be good.
Yep.
Lost Treasure 73 says, you were right. You have to sell over multiple platforms. I buy mostly from estate auctions, and even some of those items need to be listed on multiple platforms. Ron says, how much time and research does it typically take you to purchase the right pallet? Now it doesn't take me much time at all.
What would you say? Because you do a lot of the buying. What would you say, Paul?
When I sit down at a website, within a half hour, I'll make a purchase.
Or put it in our watch list. We do that
yes,
a lot.
I do put things in watch list if that particular liquidator has a watch list when I'm on the fence of something. But it's easier now because we've done it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But just be real smart. Don't, if it looks too good to be true, investigate why is it too good to be true.
Yeah, and here's a recommendation I'll give you. The MSRP, or the manufacturer's suggested retail price, is the number that they put on every pallet that was the original price of the items sold for initially when they went first onto the storeroom floor. So like a t-shirt that would have been $25 is going to be listed MSRP $25. No way would you ever pay that, nor did the store even sell it for that. So I would recommend looking for MSRPs that are going to be about, you're going to pay about, was it 10%? So like if the MSRP is going to be $1,000, you're going to want to pay $100 and then add shipping onto that.
Right. You're in for a good deal, usually there, unless it's like salvaged, because if it's salvaged, then you're like, nope.
Yeah.
It's probably all junk.
Right.
You're looking at taking it apart and stuff.
But if you're uninspected returns, like new, brand new, if you're in the 10 to 15% of the MSRP is what the cost of the pallet is, that's one to look at. So just when perusing, then that's kind of an easy way to kind of find ones that would be, this would be interesting to even look at.
Yeah, Ron, if it says there's a pallet that is $10,000 MSRP, there is a good chance you're going to make somewhere between $2,500 to $4,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what can you get it for at that point?
There's
never a guarantee, but there's a good chance you'll get it. You will not get the $10,000. Take that number totally out of your brain.
You'll generally make 30% of the MSRP. Is kind of rule of thumb.
Usually.
I mean, based on condition though. Totally based on condition.
And we have had pallets where the MSRP was inflated because there were supposed to be like high-end golf clubs in there, and there wasn't. And liquidators are notorious for when you go, hey, I only purchased it because these golf clubs were there. They give you a little bit of your money back, but nowhere near what the MSRP was going to be. So anyway.
Don't buy a pallet based on just one specific item.
Right.
You want to make sure that you have a plethora of items.
Which I break that rule all the time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Paul says, Happy New Year from St. Cloud, Florida. Question, do you only use Inventory Lab to keep track of sales and profits, or something else for eBay? eBay, we use an Excel spreadsheet. Nothing special.
Yep.
But Amazon is used for Inventory Lab. Poshmark, we use something different of my own creation. So, Ready Vic says, sending a protein powder in a bag to Amazon. I think I need a poly bag. Do you put label on inside or outside of poly bag?
Outside.
Definitely outside.
Yep.
Because they have to be able to scan it when it gets to the warehouse. So, Elizabeth Brown, how many hours a day or week do you devote to this?
5
days a week.
Yeah, it's 5 days a week. It's a full-time job. I probably work 40 hours sometimes. Some weeks more, some weeks a little bit less. Like this week I've worked a little bit less simply because my kids are off school, so we've been doing some fun, adventurous things.
But that is the cool thing about reselling. You can do that.
Yeah.
At K&L, resell tools, hardware, etc. Sell amazing. Tools sell amazing. From Lost Treasure 73, K&L Resell. I'm going to their next auction. I live in Northern Cali. Oh, man, you're going to have a great time.
Hey, say hi to Mike for us.
Yeah, Mike Stamboli.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Tell him you know Heather from Hooked on Pickin. We've
Yeah.
actually met him personally.
Yep. And the auctions are, we got to see one live, K&L.
We got to see a raffle.
But we saw a raffle. Yeah, that's true. We didn't see an auction. We saw a raffle. But, hey, just because you don't get something at the auction, there are still stuff there.
Wander in there and buy something.
Goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Renee says the candy is $19.99. Is that with discount? Yeah, that's with the discount.
Yep.
Fuzzy Tiger Cat says yes. Isaac says 15 minutes from Via Trading. I got a shelf pull from them, but was interested in tools from them. Thanks for the tip, as I didn't look into their tool lots too much. Aline Robinson says, thank you. I would, if I could, buy them all. Ha ha ha. I'm Margaret Hall. The video, thumbs up the video, y'all. Yeah, that'd be nice. We're at 38 thumbs up.
38.
And thank you for the donations.
Yes.
So we're up to $5 in donations.
Awesome.
Very kind of you guys to do that. So let's see. Fuzzy Tiger Cat, Barton's discount now goes pallet shipping. It used to be just a local pickup only. Cool.
Nice to know.
That's an upcoming thing, I think, Barton discounts. Elizabeth Brown says, these are awesome tips. Thanks, guys. Michelle says, hi, Heather from Riverside, California.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for all of your advice. I have learned a lot from you. Happy New Year. And Rita, Rita, the biggest big mouth, says, put that hat on again.
You like my hat?
Doesn't she look awesome?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2020.
Okay, we're caught up on questions for right now. You want to go ahead and run down quickly?
Yes. So
goals?
I was talking about my 2020 goals for this business. So first off, I want to try to get to 50,000 subscribers. We're at over 45,000, and I'm super excited about that. Big thank you to you guys, because you're definitely sharing it and suggesting it to your friends. I want to write an ebook that's going to be super helpful for subscribers. I've never written an ebook, and so that's something I want to jump into to be able to get more information out there, having your hands in front of you, so you're not trying to retain everything that I say as quickly as I say it on the videos. I'm going to utilize the Hooked on Pickin website more and put more products on that this year. I'm going to inventory better, as you kind of talk about my little bit of organized chaos inventory strategies. This is my biggie. Every year you should have a financial goal. My goal this year is to make 6 figures. I would like to break the $100,000 mark. It's super pie in the sky for me right now, but I definitely think that it's a feasible opportunity for me. So my financial goal is to make 6 figures this year. And then I also want to continue to do this year in my business, putting a video out every day. I hope you guys really appreciate that. You guys have been awesome as far as feedback on what you like, what you don't like. Clearly, I know what is really popular based on views, but it's really nice to know, hey, I like the new way you're doing your listing and processing videos. That was something we had questions about, and it was really nice to just get immediate feedback. If you have a specific video style that you like that we do, please let us know. As you know, I'm going to be getting into doing some reseller boxes, reviewing. And so some of the people that are selling reseller boxes, I'm going to be reviewing them and letting you know this is the type of quality you'll be getting from this reseller. And so we'll check into that, because there are a lot of boxes online that are cheaper. You don't have $300 to pay for a pallet. Maybe you only have $50. And so is it worth it to buy those reseller boxes off of eBay, or is it a scam? You know, are they just giving you the junk? You know, and so I can kind of give you those insights if you suggest those listings to me, and I'll try to do at least one of those every week for you guys. And so those are kind of some of my goals that I definitely want to have. For you guys, you need to have a financial goal for every month. That way you can track your inventory. Make sure you have a goal of, why are you earning this money? Is it to pay for the next vacation? Is it to upgrade something in your home? Is it to fix the roof? Is it to pay for your kids' college? Have an actual legitimate goal, because there's going to be days that you're going to be super discouraged. You're not going to be able to find the right product. You'll get 3 returns that day, and you'll be like, I just want to quit. This is too hard. It's not worth it. So you definitely want to look into what is the reason you're doing it. And so make sure you have an actual legitimate goal of, why are you earning this extra money? You know, it could be also spend more time with my family, make more time for, you know, church, make more time for my friends, things like that. So make sure you have social goals, financial goals, and then also, what's the reason you want to earn the money? I mean, everybody always wants to earn money, but you have to have a legitimate reason, like, what is it going towards for your life? So that hopefully will be helpful for you guys. If you need some suggestions on that, please feel free to shoot me a quick message on hookedonpickin.com. If it's a quick answer, that's awesome. If you need one-on-one personalized info that I can give you consultation call. They are available on Hooked on Pickin, $35 for a half hour, $60 for a full hour. I do offer an hour and a half. Usually people don't need that much information, but I have had people that I talk to for an hour and a half. And so anyway, so just check that out. I would love to give you one-on-one personalized advice. That way you're not rehearing the same things you already know. It's personal to you.
Diana says, love you too. Keep up the good work.
Awesome.
Joanna Johnson says, so were you ever in radio, sir? You have a voice for radio. Heather, it's all your fault. I do this now. Ha, ha, ha.
Good.
Yeah. No, I've never been in radio, but I am a pastor, so the
He's
voice
a
kind of
preacher.
helps a little bit that way. DK only says 6 figures in profits or 6 figures in sales. So we always hit 6 figures in sales now. 6 figures in profits.
6 figures in profits.
She's going big time.
Yeah, I've already hit 6 figures in sales, but I have to deduct all of my expenses too.
Honestly, DK, I'm hoping she becomes my sugar mama and I can just preach for free. That'd be awesome.
We would love to be able to preach for free.
That'd be awesome.
When he preaches for free. I don't do any of the preaching. I preach on this channel.
That's right. She sings beautifully. So check out our church's Facebook page. It's great.
Yeah, we stream all the sermons, so if you're curious.
Yeah, the whole service now. So when Heather's up there singing, you get to see her. Margaret Hall says, will you be doing a Poshmark listing video anytime soon?
For listing on Poshmark, probably not in the near future.
Of course, we have no videos at all right now.
Yeah, right now we don't have any scheduled, so I don't know what the video is going to be for tomorrow. So I'm actually hoping, I got a couple of lots of stuff that's going to come in, so I'm hoping that we can do an unboxing. Yeah. If we don't get a box in today, we will be going picking and showing you that process.
That's right.
So doing some retail arbitrage.
That's what I like to do.
That's Paul's MO.
I love doing that.
Yep.
Let's see. Stephanie says, hi.
Hi.
Carolyn Ford says, Happy New Year. Do you feel your online store is profitable as opposed to eBay listing?
I would say it's definitely more profitable because I'm not paying as much in fees. But the biggest thing with having your own online store is customer acquisition. How are you going to get customers to know that your store even exists? So just take that as food for thought.
Let's see. Lost Treasure 73 says, have watched your services. Great preaching. I was born and raised Baptist. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. That's very kind of you.
He's the best preacher, but I'm a little biased.
I am not the best preacher, but I try really hard.
I think he's the best.
It's a great church. We love our church family.
Oh, my word. It's awesome.
So if you're ever in the area, swing on by. We're in Trenton, Illinois.
Yep.
Come on by the
30 minutes
church.
east of St. Louis.
Blow our brains for people showing up to church. That'd be awesome. So let's see. Jess says, Happy New Year, Heather. Jeanette says, that would be a great video. Grace and Company, hi from PNW. My church live streams as well, which is wonderful on 6 days. Absolutely.
Yes.
Susan Perkins says, what church are you pastor of? I would love to watch. I'm the pastor of Westgate Baptist Church in Trenton, Illinois.
I'm going to start putting that in my description of my videos so you can link to it. Yeah. It's on any of my motivational moment videos. If you've seen the motivational moments videos, the link to the live stream is there.
Diana's asking the same thing, where to watch service.
Yeah, so it's on Facebook, Westgate Baptist Church, Trenton, Illinois. I'll try to add the link to this live stream after the fact, and then you can find it. I think if you go to Hooked on Pickin, it might even... I think the live stream is actually on Hooked on Pickin. I usually link it to the...
Is it on that too?
On Hooked on Pickin Facebook, I usually post it. Yeah,
cool.
So you can see 2 weeks ago, I sang special music.
Yeah.
So
Heather sings just about every week in the choir, though.
Well, in the choir and in the praise team.
Very good. Okay, we are caught up completely.
Awesome. So I just want to do this video to give you some 2020 goals. Like I said, if you need some personalized help, consultation calls, thank you so much for those of you who actually donated on this live stream. Anytime we do a live stream, you can actually give a monetary donation of any amount of money. If you're interested in becoming one of my patrons, you can start as low as $5, and then it just goes up from there, and you get extra perks for each way that, each amount that it goes up for. So check that out. The link is in the description below. So hopefully it's been fun to see what my 2020 goals are and to be looking forward to what the upcoming videos are. I don't even know what they are yet. And so check out my channel. We're going to continue to put out a video every single day. Thank you so much for your support. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins.